Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our neck of the woods. Hope everybody's doing well today. Having a great day. Oh, goodness. It's beautiful outside today.
Yeah.
And,
Didn't even have to start a fire when we woke up.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
gorgeous. I was outside in my t-shirt this morning. I was comfortable. And I thought, ooh, better enjoy this before the good weather comes through.
Cold air comes through.
Because it's a-coming. But, that's okay. That's all right. Thankfully, we don't travel anywhere for Thanksgiving anymore like we used to. But see,
Howdy, sir.
Hello, hello,
there he is.
hello. Hey, I wanted to show you something.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to hold it up here. Can you see this?
Ooh.
I had an
Okay.
interesting experience with a quartz crystal this morning that I saw. Ooh.
It's nice.
Okay. The reason I showed this to you is I'm wondering, I've had this for many a year, and it's telling me it would like to move on. And I'm wondering if our little ears around any place? Okay. Is it okay if I send this to Raina? I've actually used this in ceremony and stuff too.
She would be honored, I know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put it in the box before I seal it
Okay.
because I've got the box out. Okay. And Dove Spirit put some stuff in the box too. So,
Okay.
And,
okay. Just wanted to
We
get your,
thank
I
you.
wanted to get your purification, your approval. Okay. When this comes
We thank
in,
you.
when this comes in, it doesn't have any bad energy in it, but you might want to cleanse it and clear it. Okay.
Will
And
you will
then
you
you
do me a
and
favor?
what's
And
that?
will you do me a favor and will you write some basic instructions for cleansing and clearing that to go with that so that she can learn the how to do that herself as well. I'll do it with her.
Mm-hmm.
But I want her to be able to learn that, to know that, you know,
Yeah.
this
Okay.
knowing.
You just giving me more homework to do.
I'm sorry, Pappy.
Oh, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, you can look at any books and any techniques and stuff. There's all kinds of different cleansing and clearings and stuff like that that you can do, and charging them up and that sort of stuff. That's very individualized, you know. Okay, so this is, you know, I'm going to pass this down into the female side, so to speak. So how you guys want to do that, how you want to charge that up with the female energy, that's going to be your little ceremony.
Okay.
Okay. When you first get it, what you can do is very simple. That way I don't have to write the instructions down. First thing you do when you get it is give it a nice bath.
Okay.
Just give it a nice bath. And then the two of you can get together off someplace with Jeff out of the way and stuff and do what you need to do with it. And then you tell me what you did. Well, the reason I say that is because uh, the masculine energy initially will overpower. But at some point in time, Jeff will also need to be included with this because he's the father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the two of you will put the energy in first and establish the energy pattern and then add to it so that there's balance. Okay. All right. So it's going to be in a little envelope inside.
All right. Thank you, Pappy.
Hi,
I'm
Heather.
surprised.
Hi, Jeff. Hi,
Hi,
Poppy.
Crystal.
hello.
Hi there, Crystal.
How are y'all feeling today?
Pretty good. How about yourself, hon?
Pretty good. I'm alive and breathing, so that means I'm very lucky.
There you go. Right
Oh,
side
yeah.
of the earth, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Top side.
Just trying to stay positive out here.
Oh yeah. That's really all you can do. One of the best ways to stay positive is to not give any attention to the negative. Literally,
Yeah.
you have to treat it like, when you're trying to train a dog to not do a bad behavior, and you can't. Yelling at the dog is still giving the dog attention. So that would teach the dog that I will get this attention if I do this behavior. So you kind of have to hurt their feelings a little bit and give them no attention, no praise, or, whatever the other side of that is. And in doing so, you don't feed that behavior. And then as soon as they do a really good behavior, say they sit right down, you immediately give them the praise to reinforce that that's a good behavior. So you can train your spirit the same way, or you can let it train you the same way, because really, isn't that what we have to do, is retrain those egos to step back and step down and let our spiritual side shine. So you can train that by not feeding the negativity. Just don't give it any attention whatsoever. Don't condemn it. Don't praise it. Don't give it your attention. Don't give it your time. And you can rise above that, because you have to feed the machine for it to still work.
You sure can.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah. On.
Can you make out what it is?
Yeah. No, it's all I see is plastic, really.
Good.
Oh, good.
It'll be a surprise when you get it then.
Pemmican. Well, thank you, Happy. I do appreciate it. I don't have to say much.
Seems how you're going to be teaching your little one, and you're also learning yourself. I'm going to throw this little thing in. This is pretty old too. The stuff that I come across, I think you might find this interesting.
Ooh,
This little book
indeed.
is quite old. It's all yellowed and everything, but this little book has
I love old books.
all kinds of stuff in it from all over the United States on various different Native American tribes and nations and stuff. I think
cool.
you and Raina will enjoy going through this.
Oh,
looking at
yes.
all weaving patterns and everything.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you. We really do like stuff like that. I could pull out all my old books, but then I want to go buy more new old books. And my husband's like, no, we're out of library space.
Hey, he's handy. He can go out and make more shelves.
I plan on it.
Hide me, I'm ugly.
It's not a choice, no matter.
You're not.
Nope.
There you go.
Now. There you go.
Warm yourself
our
up.
cat Honey Bun does that in front of our fire.
That's going to be me after I start my treatments. Warming up the buns.
I love the native. I love the native stuff, like the necklaces and the dream catchers and all that. I think it's so beautiful.
Oh, did I tell you guys about my ladybug visitors this morning?
Hey, Robert.
I went outside and I was like, oh, it was so beautiful out there. So I was just kind of standing around, just glorying in the day. Thought that was a great way to wake up. And I'm just standing out there. And first one ladybug, and then 3 more come. So 4 ladybugs in total, and they landed on our propane tank. And they were just walking around watching me. I was watching them.
Were they all the same color?
Yeah. Well, actually, no. One was a little bit redder, and the other 3 were more like the Japanese beetle. But they were all ladybugs to me.
Ain't that good luck?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll read about it when we get some more people into the chat. You know, 'cause I actually got something on them. So I wanted to acknowledge everybody that's in the chat today. I see Anna's in there, and Dawn Light, and
Oh, we missed you,
Shifter, and
Lucy.
who did I miss? Anybody?
Lucy's back with us today.
Sandy's in
LHS.
there.
Dawn, yeah. Bonnie, Robert.
There's Bonnie. LHS is in there.
Right on.
Garrett's in there. There's Robert. Okay. Who else we got in there? Boy, you guys been busy chatting right along there.
We do have a great chat, don't we?
Yeah.
I love that little room. You guys are always just such amazing conversations, all your own that are just fantastic.
Bonnie said that was us running around on your propane tank.
Yeah. Well, we just got off the phone a few minutes ago, and it was funny because I was telling her about the ladybugs, and I likened it to the commercial that she showed last night that she was unsure about. And I thought, well, we didn't even get to see it or hear it. It's almost as if we're spiritually protected from that type of chaos. And even like for me, when I'm getting my feeling, I can't make a message with that. It won't let me. Oh.
Hey, Pappy, can I ask you a question? And I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy.
No, we don't think anybody's crazy. We think everybody's unique.
Okay. Every time I watch Liberty, Mike, a dang fly comes and lands on my computer.
A fly?
Okay, I don't think that's Liberty. Only on that show? Every time,
Only
huh?
on that show.
Well, I mean, and the fact that you've noticed that, I don't know what it means, but it may mean something. But I don't know what that means to you.
I don't either. It's just strange.
Yes, uniquely crazy, aren't we all?
Yeah. Hey, everyone in chat. I love y'all.
Oh, and Sandy's here too. Hi, Sandy. Hi, everybody. And Bo was saying hi. I don't know if you guys heard him, but
Yeah, I had to shut him off. About the time the mailman's going to start coming in pretty soon, I think. So him and the mailman are good buddies, but when he's in the house, he gets mouthy. He gets mouthy anyways.
Oh, he's a trash talker, is he?
Oh, yeah. Yep. So
I know he vexes you a little bit when he wants to talk to us, but we feel like he's sharing his message as well. So it's never unwelcome, Pappy.
Well, it can be distracting sometimes. It certainly is for me, you know. I'm on the phone or whatever, and he's whining because he's a needy boy, you know. So.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Bonnie resents being called normal.
Well, it's almost a badge of honor to be called a weirdo nowadays.
Yeah, well, ain't you just special?
Well, I get an A in that department.
Hi, Lisa.
That's why I said our alternative channel, we're going to name it All My Favorite Weirdos.
Krista, you fit right in here. You're a puzzle piece that's fit right in here. We've molded you in already.
Thank you, Pappy.
There you go. Now is Robert answered your question, by the way, in chat. Right there.
Oh,
Well, I don't think
Here, there you go.
Robert's talking about you.
don't get me wrong. I love Liberty. It was a strange thing.
Well, it's like anything, everything goes through transitions. Everything goes through change. And, these platforms and these discussions and everything are.
Hey, Raina.
Hi, Rena.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Pappy. Hello, everyone in the chat.
You're such a pretty girl.
She's our darling.
Her ears were ringing. She knows somebody was talking about her.
What are you looking at me for? I'm always talking about you. It's always good stuff.
Well, the important thing is when we talk together as adults that we remember that our words can have meaning for the little ones, so we pick out the words that are worth carrying forward to teach the little ones. But they're all ears and they're all eyes and they're all sponge at that age. They'll pick up all the stuff that we don't want them to hear either.
Yes.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Pappy.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Heather and Jack.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Raina. How are you doing, sweetie?
Here, I'll start the camera again. There you go. There you go.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Good.
She's like, my mom's live, so she can't yell at me for not cleaning my room right now. Oh, there's your kisses. Bo knows we love those kisses. He sends them through Pappy to us every day.
Hello.
Sir Licks a lot, huh?
Hello, Sir Licks a lot.
Raina, doesn't it feel good when it's all done, though? And you know where everything is?
She's talking to you. She's like, what are we talking about again?
So I don't even want to hear this one.
Doesn't it feel good when you can hear your mom at lower than 80 decibels?
Yeah.
I can kiss you if I want to. Come here, you.
We need to have Raina tell us if her mother actually has that Swiss yodeling voice that goes from mountainside to mountainside.
Come here. Come here. Can you repeat your query?
Raina, can your mother yell loud enough to be heard from one mountainside to another?
I have no idea.
You
Hey.
don't.
I think you do. I think you do know.
You think your mother could call the cows home?
Well,
It's kind of fun.
cows, stray cows onto the property, and ponies and dogs and all manner of
And
things.
chickens.
Well, when I was young, when I was 7, I started working on the farm. And one of the jobs that they used to send me out to do when I got a little bit older, about 9 or so, is I would be the one going out and bringing the cows in from the pasture in the morning. And, because the cows would be out all night. And I learned to call the cows. I could stand at the barn and yell. And one of the cows or two of the cows would move back. And then pretty soon they'd all start coming in. They knew that I was waiting for them. I'd meet them about halfway and walk them right in. So you develop that nice voice to call the cows home. So when you get a little older and you hear that voice on the wind out there, that's probably Mama calling you back home. I'm sure Mama can call the pigs in and the cows in too.
Yeah, she's a little chicken piper. She'd get all the chickens to follow her.
Ah,
With a singular
They see
Spicy
her.
chip.
Yeah, they see her and they all come running.
Of course, they love her.
With a singular spicy chip.
Yeah. Do you
They're
do
like,
you have does one of those
Where
chickens
did I
really
go?
love you more than the
I'm
rest of them?
coming.
And is your friend? Do you have a chicken friend that likes to get in your lap and get the pets and everything?
Yeah, it's one of the chicks. His name was Shadow. He's our rooster.
Oh.
He is
It's
still
always-
very young, but he is a rooster.
I
Well,
thought
that's
she was
okay.
listening.
It's always nice to make friends with a rooster because they can get ornery when they get older.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes he doesn't like when I pick him up, but most of the time the chicks like it when I pick him up, especially when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Because I am the one with the warmest body temperatures in this
You are.
house.
You are. Yeah, in this house, definitely.
Well, if it's cold outside, I'd like to be picked up and get my feet off the cold ground too.
And whenever those chicks are cold, they'll literally stand there and wait for me to pick them up and put them in my lap.
See,
Oh,
you're
Now
a
you
little
have
chicken
been-
magnet.
Continue.
You're going to walk into McDonald's someday, and all the chicken nuggets are going to jump right out of the boxes and cling to you.
We don't go to McDonald's.
I don't blame you.
Not after I found out what's in it.
Well, we would usually, if she wanted to go to McDonald's, she wanted to play on the play equipment, and so we would make it breakfast because, right, breakfast. It's got to be safer. Pancakes and eggs, right?
Yep.
So that's what we would do. We would go in and get her a breakfast platter and let her play on the playground equipment. And that's what she knows. McDonald's includes breakfast food.
Used to when we would travel. That was where I wanted Grand Slam breakfast.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah.
The only fast food I really enjoy, and I could say I still enjoy, is Arby's. I really do love Arby's.
Me too.
Just one sandwich, one shake, and one curly fry. That's it. That's all I want. And some horsey and barbecue sauce.
Heather, you like the mocha?
Yeah, the Jamocha shake. That's my favorite.
Yes.
It's the only place I actually will go out and if there were money to just spend, but we have to actually drive to another city to find an Arby's because there's not one around us anywhere. So it's an hour either way to find one of those. So it's a treat for sure.
The other place I like is the Waffle House.
See, they don't have those. Well, they have a couple of them in Ohio, but they're few and far between. You have to go into the city. And I don't know if you've met me, but you have to drag me tied up, kicking and screaming into a city for anything.
I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
This is my castle. This is my space.
But big cities, I don't go into them. I don't drive through them. I just don't
I don't
mess with them.
either,
I don't
like-
like the energy of them. And it makes
Yeah.
me nervous, and it comes out in my driving. So I don't even mess with it at all. Now, there's no reason for me to go into a big city. I've had zero reasons to do so.
Well, I got PTSD, and I can't handle all them people. If I go shopping, I go in and get what I got to get and get out quick.
That's right. Go in
I'm
with a
an
plan and
empath.
leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm an empath, so I feel everybody's energy, and it just overloads me.
Yeah, it can. It can get pretty deep.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you got to wall yourself off from people, because I just want to say that because there are a lot of very empathetic and intuitive people in our group, and I know that the energy shifts that we've been going through. I know for me, a lot of it's been physical, but a lot of people are going through some emotional stir up too. And so we really have to be careful of how we go about our lives, but that doesn't mean we have to shut everybody out either, because you can't really use your gifts if you shut it all out. You have to find a way to not absorb it, but rather to see it, feel it, understand it, and maybe offer guidance, or find out if guidance is even wanted, you know. But I don't think keeping yourself away from everybody else's energy is the key. Not right now. I mean, I know it's very very much turmoil out there, right? Um, but if you are sensitive like that to other people's energies, you have to you have to find a way to walk grounded,
I've got to
right?
find
Find
out
a
how
way
to.
to walk rooted
Yeah, I
to
got
the
to
earth.
find how to. Oh God, it just went out of my head. Balance it.
Well, there's
Um,
not too many people in Walmart I want to meet.
right. Well, I mean, if
I'm
you
just
have
saying.
like a certain, okay, so for me, before I learned how to walk with roots, because I don't know a better way to say it, before I learned how to walk with roots, I would use an amethyst. I have a little tiny amethyst on a necklace that was given to me many years ago. Um, and it helps keep me calmer. And then I'll put lavender and frankincense oil on to help stabilize my mental capacity, because really, any energy you feel is going to come through your lens of perception. And if your lens of perception is disturbed with PTSD or social anxiety or any of those things, then you kind of need to clear that a little bit, um, so that it or guard it a little bit, right? So I use lavender and frankincense is my best combo, so I don't get anxious when I'm out. If I have to go out in public, I don't get anxious. I don't get standoffish. I don't, because like I have in the past had many serious social issues, and so I had to learn how to control that instead of being a hermit, because being a hermit is absolutely fine with me, for me, but I have a child to consider, and I don't want to give her that example in life. Um, so I had to work on my issues in order to get better, so that I wasn't inadvertently shoving irrational fears off onto someone who had none. Right? She was a blank canvas. She didn't need my crap. So I try to share the beautiful with her. Um, but we're very real with her. We're very we talk to her a lot about that. But you have to find the reason to come to terms with your own things and how to help protect your own things, so that you can use that gift more often than hiding it away. And I know it's really hard right now, but these these are our gifts for a reason.
You know, one of the things that you need to understand, Crystal, okay, just like I needed to understand at various times, because I'm an isolationist by choice, um, you know, to avoid, you know, those sort of things, because, you know, being sensitive to other people and energy and stuff like that, you know, I've encountered that too. But when I go out the door, okay, I go out the door with the knowing that I have every right to be where I'm going, you know, and to be where I'm going, to be who I am, and to be protected while I'm there. Okay. So therefore, I'm kind of like my avatar, you know. You're probably going to have to kick me in the rear end to get my attention if you want to approach me individually. Okay. Because I've put up those filters and those shields. And I'm not, I'm not attracted to the erratic energy anymore because I filtered it out. I go, I do what I need to do, and do it
You might want.
in as quick a manner as I possibly can to get back to my safe place too. But I leave the filters open for healing energy that's needed, or healing energy that's coming in, or perhaps that I need to pay attention to. And you'll find that you'll be attracted to that type of energy as well. People that can offer you friendship, support, that sort of stuff, or people that you are instrumental in changing what's going on in their day that day, just through a casual conversation or whatever. And doing that allows Creator to not only protect us, but to utilize us in a way for the type of energy that we want to send out there. So, with the abilities that you obviously have, Crystal, that's a pathway for Creator to utilize you as a tool. So something to consider.
Yes, sir. Well,
Please
I
don't
was
call me
having a lot of bad energy in my house.
Yeah.
But me and my ex-fiance, we split up like a couple weeks ago. And it seems like when he left, the bad energy left.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need to fill up that space with something else, because it's created a vacuum. Those types of situations, when they occur, okay, they not only create an energy vacuum, but they create an emotional vacuum, a mental vacuum, a spiritual vacuum, and that can sometimes manifest physically, okay, psychologically, and that sort of stuff. So you need to fill that up, okay? So a couple of weeks ago that happened, and one of the things that I can tell you is, since that happened a couple of weeks ago, it seems that you've been showing up in our chat a little more often. Maybe you're attracted to the energy that you need to fill your space up with.
Yes, sir.
If that's the case, then we're going to blow some your way. There you go.
Hey, Pappy, he's silly.
I mean, I say that in a humorous way, but I actually mean it. And by you coming up on the panel here, because I don't see you on many other people's panels. When I see you coming up on a panel, that means that you're receptive to it.
It's usually y'all and Travis, and if Mike, I've only been on his show once to call in, but if he's got something interesting, yeah, I'll go on there if I have something to say. But
okay, who changed their name in the chat?
Who's Toilet Bowl? That's cute.
Probably Monty.
Somebody's putting my dog's water bowl up there as a name.
Well, how do you put food with toilet bowl? That's
you don't flush it.
I have a question for everybody. Okay, I'm really, 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 really excited today because between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock my time, I got an EBS. Did anybody else get an EBS today?
No.
Not here in the Americas.
We did in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and all it said was, "This is an EBS." I had the phone on charge, so I can't remember what else it says. But that's all it said. But I was freaking excited because last night when I was saying my prayers to God, I asked God for a sign that what we want to be happening is happening. and I got an EBS today, and I'm freaking excited.
Oh, I can feel it. You're just
And
electric,
later
girl.
today, I'm going to the Sault Ste. Marie protest group. So I'm pretty excited about that too.
Awesome.
So I'm kind
That
of
is
woohoo.
awesome.
That's cool, Dorinda. You're just bouncing.
I am. When I got it, I was like sitting there and I'm like, holy crap! Yay! Yay! God, thank you! Yes! You know, I had to thank God for it. And my daughter has the Weather Network turned off on her phone, so she doesn't get the EBSs. Because seemingly they come through the Weather Network. I don't know if they do or they don't. I don't care. I got an EBS. And a lot of people in the Sioux got the EBS too.
I got
they did.
ladybugs.
Because I went and checked on the protest page, and everybody's talking about the EBS, and I'm like, yes, yes, things are stepping up. People stepping up.
Something's afoot.
Oh, so yeah, I'm kind of, just before I was coming to here, I saw that Katie was online, so I went on there for a couple of minutes, only a couple, to say hello and tell her about my EBS because I was all pumped up.
Absolutely.
But they didn't get one in BC yet either, but they're still at like 11 o'clock in the morning, so maybe they'll get it this afternoon.
You know, I wanted to go over to her show today. I forgot all about it. I called Bonnie and we got chatty, and
Imagine
well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But hopefully, then we'll see her.
I just
Or
happened to
against
see
them,
it
too.
pop up because I've never seen one of her lives either. So I just kind of saw it and went, "Oh, I'll go over there first before I go to Heather's."
Yep.
Hey, Monty.
And as I said when I went on, I'm only here for a few minutes because I'm heading over to Heather's.
So what was
Right
the
on.
EBS for?
I have no idea what they were talking about. Coffee and something. I don't know.
Coffee.
She was just excited to finally get one.
I guess for
I was
some
just I
people
was
that would be
excited to
an
see her
EBS.
live, and I was excited just to say hello and tell them about my EBS, and I was all pumped up and bouncing around like I still am.
No,
So-
what was your EBS for? I thought you were saying your EBS was for coffee, and I said, well, I guess for some people it might be.
No, it just said it was the emergency broadcast system.
And it didn't give you a reason.
Didn't give me a
Make
reason.
sure you're stocked
didn't
up with
say
coffee for the next 3 weeks. And
anything. And I'm like, I'm bouncing. Because to me, it was a message from God. So I was like, yes.
and you know, when we get messages, they're going to be different for every person. That's not a universal read, because somebody else could have got that EBS and they're not seeing it as anything. You know what I
Nope.
mean? But they
Nope.
may have not asked for anything either. And
All
for
the-
you, that
all
was
the
the
people
sign
in
that
the
you
group
needed.
were pumped too. So
Hey,
Hey,
Monty.
Monty.
hi, Monty.
Hello.
How are you
And
today?
no, that I'm fine. And no, that's not me changing my name. I haven't changed my name in 2 months.
Well, it had your
Uh.
little figure behind it, like
And
the
all I
little
wanted
avatar. Looked
Monty's
like the one you
always
had
Monty
earlier.
over here. Aren't you,
That
Monty?
avatar?
I don't. You've always been Monty
No,
here.
the other one. That looks like a newspaper article behind it.
Oh, the
bullet
Biggie,
bowl.
lay down the funk to Biggie
I don't
all
know.
night
It's
long
got a
or something
person's
like
head and words on top of it.
Don't.
I got you.
But
Remote
it had
did
that
a
little
vi-
thing on there, and I was like, "Oh wow, it must be Monty."
no.
But he's changed his little avatar now, so I don't know who it is.
Remote did an early or a late, whatever you want to call it, video, and he was talking about the EBS going off in different areas through Canada,
Yeah.
and they was all different times. And at the very bottom, at the timestamp, at the bottom of the page that he was showing, it was 10:43, which added. He said it added up to 17. Now, I don't know. He
It
didn't
does add up to 17.
Yeah. And so he thought it was pretty strange how that did that. But other than that, he just got on there just to show and talk about it just briefly.
Yeah.
And they was doing an EBS check system, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I don't care. I thought it was, to me, it was an answer from God, and I was excited.
Right. No, yeah, no
And I'm
problem.
still excited.
Oh, yeah.
Hold
No,
on
I
to
just-
that.
I was just letting you know what I had heard about it. So
I'll have to, when I get back to church, I'll have to go back and look at it and see if it does have that timestamp on it that you were talking about. Because I didn't look at, I mean, I looked at it and saw that it said it was an EBS, and that was all I read.
well, the paper that he had is the one that had the timestamp. Someone named Virginia, I think he said Virginia, someone that likes to dig into, do research or dig into stuff. He got that paper from her multiple different times when they was testing it. They didn't test it all at the same time across Canada. And that's what another thing was strange to him. He said, I don't know.
You never know how things work in Canada. Because our government is so fucked up. But hopefully it's
Right.
not coming from the government, because they're just all fucked up. But we'll see what happens.
There, now I adjusted my volume down. It wasn't corresponding with the headset. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to be too loud.
Oh, you can't compare to Heather's calling a cow's voice anyways.
Hey,
Yeah, I
what's
saw
that?
that, Robert. I saw that you were there. You were just leaving to come to Heather's when I jumped on. I'm like, oh, good, she's on.
Yeah, the energy today is kind of charged. It's interesting. Of course, there's a lot of people that are anticipating, different things according to the headlines and stuff like that. So that that's putting some of it in there, but that's not all of it. There's other aspects of this energy that I'm feeling today that's anticipatory as well. So we'll have to see how that goes. How you doing, B-Dog?
Good morning, B-Dog. Good morning, Garrett. Toilet Bowl. LHS.
Randy, you've got to read
Uncle
toilet
Mom.
bowl comments.
If I've forgotten anybody, I'm sorry.
Let's see here.
Told you
Oh,
she's
yeah.
our neck of the woods greeter.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Woohoo! I got a new job title. Yes.
you mean that avatar pic?
You look
Yes.
very nice in that, though.
Yeah.
That
I'm
one,
wondering
Monty.
Dorinda, I'm wondering if they sent you a special frequency on just your phone with the way you're acting.
Hey,
Somebody's been in for the sweet tea.
To me, I got a notice from God. I am so proud and so happy that I just kept bouncing.
You were definitely arcing off some electricity today.
If you
Like,
walk
I
outside
was,
the door, if you walk outside the
I've
door,
been bouncing since I got it.
if you walk outside the door and a bird poops on you, that might be another message from God too.
Well, that's true too. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because after the show, I'm gonna have a shower and get ready to go to my meeting tonight. Gotta tell my daughter I'm not gonna be home for supper because I don't know when the hell I'm going. But hey, I don't care. But I'm pumped.
Well, none of us are going to put out your little currents going through you.
And seemingly they got it also on their TV, but I didn't have my TV on, so I don't know if it came on the TV or not. At least in our area. So
Still pretty awesome. See, when you ask, you shall receive, right?
yep.
I just saw a very maroon red, dark red ladybug with 0 spots on it.
Oh, wow. Is that like a new breed?
It had little black tips on the ends of its wings down by its butt, but no dots.
Wow.
That's a ladybug that didn't learn how to wipe.
She refused to get in line to get painted.
Maybe. There's a mind of her own. A mind of her own.
Well, you keep talking about ladybug. Well, let's see what I found out about it.
All righty, Pappy.
All right. I'm going to go to my Animal Wise book here and see what it says. Ladybug. Ladybug or ladybird is the common name for any...
That's how I feel, Camel Carl. I feel like I hit the lottery.
It is a common name for any one of a group of small beetles. They are rounded on the back and flat below. Their wing covers usually are marked with spots. As to colors, they generally are red or yellow with black spots, or black with white, red or yellow spots. Many ladybirds hibernate, a common one sometimes coming forth in a warm room in midwinter. The beetles are long-lived and very prolific, of much benefit to agriculture and horticulturalists. Okay, the ladybug's appearance signals new happiness, often with material gains. A renewed sense of well-being occurs, and the higher goals and the new heights can be more easily attained over the following months. Worries will begin to dissipate. Often the female ladybug has 7 spots, but regardless of whether it is a male or female, the number of spots should be counted if possible, since the spots often indicate the number of gifts and wishes that will be fulfilled in the future. Holy mackerel, you had a whole crowd of them up there. You're going to get spots all over the place. I hope it ain't measles. Anyway.
Or mumps or smallpox or any of those.
Yeah.
Robert.
Whether a wish for love, job, or the fulfillment of a dream, the ladybug signals a time in which there will be opportunity to pursue and capture our dreams in our lives. A significant aspect of ladybug is the red and black coloring. Although there are other color variations, including yellow and black, this coloring serves as a warning to predators. If attacked, it squirts a chemical from its knees, which is distasteful to those that would try to eat them. Okay, this characteristic might indicate that someone or something is preventing the fulfillment of a wish at this time. We may need to give a strong, clear warning. There are different types of kinds of ladybug, and one kind beats its wings faster than a hummingbird. This ladybug can indicate that we are trying to push too hard and too fast in fulfilling our wishes or our dreams. We still have to work for them, but we must also allow our efforts to unfold and manifest in the time that is best for us. The ladybug can warn us not to push too hard, that the wish will not be fulfilled at this particular time. If you push too hard, you can stop something from happening. If you put too much of yourself into something, and I've spoken of this before, you know, we put out our prayers and our desires and everything, but we put so many limitations on our expectations and narrow it down so much that, you know, sometimes spirit cannot return to you what you want specifically, you know. Yeah, sure. I know you want a brand new Cadillac, but jeepers, does it have to be fluorescent pink, and does it have to have fur-lined dashboard and fuzzy dice hanging from the mirror? Come on now.
All I need is
Okay, so ladybug makes you ask some questions. Are we not protecting our endeavors or our dreams? Are we allowing others to dissuade us from our pursuits or our loves? Are we trying to do more than we are capable of at this time? Are we limiting our wishes and our dreams? Are we trying to force our dreams in a manifestation rather than allow them to unfold in the manner that is best for us. That's the natural cycle of allowing them to unfold in the way they're supposed to. Okay? So that's Ladybug. The keynote is wish fulfilled. At
Absolutely.
the same time, being protected by the armor of the shell and being able to squirt from your knees if you feel threatened.
Oh yeah, that distasteful part. That's totally me.
Yeah, well, Heather, with your height, you know, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of your knees.
Probably not. Wow, that was really that was pretty good.
Yep. In his timing.
You always learn something on this show. Always. I did not know that about a ladybug. That was very, 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 very interesting.
Well, sorry, Poppy.
No, I'm just saying I'm full of tidbits of information that you may or may not find useful, but I got rid of them so I don't have to hold on them and remember them now. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, if you don't learn nothing from this show, it's your own fault.
That is correct. You're not listening.
Or it's not time for you to learn it.
Well, that's true.
There's that.
Who did I see jump in here? Hey, Camel
Lisa,
Carl.
sorry.
Good to see you, brother.
Lisa, Camel Carl. Hello.
Tim.
Oh, hello, Bo. Or Edge, whichever one it is.
Kai doesn't bark that much.
Mailman's here.
I think Kai might not be as much of a talker as Bo is. You know, when I was a kid, my oldest brother had gotten a dog, and he was just a mutt, but I just loved that dog, and he called him Rambo, and we called him Bobo, and he was my dog. He was my brother's dog, but he was my dog because I took care of him most of the time.
Hello, Greta.
When I got my dog, I wanted a patriotic name, so his name is Rebel.
Awesome. Mine
We
is
let the
Walter
animals-
after my father-in-law.
We let our
Used to have a
animals
dog-
names choose them.
Well,
used
that's
to
the
have a
name
dog
he
named
responded
Bojangles.
to.
It's funny, you know, we go through the thing of naming our pets and stuff, you know, and I do the same thing. I give nicknames to everybody. You know, some of you know your nicknames, and some of you don't, and most of you will never will. But anyway,
Oh, great.
I know, Pappy. I'm the crazy one. That's okay. I know.
I'm right there with you.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. The Heyoka twins. Anyway, when I named Bo, you know, Beau, that's his name, and his sister dog Kai. Now she's a month younger, so she's his little sister. Well, my wife is from Hawaii. So we figured out a Hawaiian name for her. So her name is Kaikuahine. And that basically means Kai means brother, okay. Kua means little, and Hini is sister. So little sister to brother. That's what her name means.
Oh, wow.
Except that she weighs 110 pounds and he weighs maybe 70.
Wow.
I've got 2 cats, and I went to take them to get them fixed, and they laughed at me because of their name.
Yeah.
My girl, her name is Mary Jane, and my boy cat name is Kush. So they started.
Yeah, my cats. I got two brother cats. They're Manx cats. One of them has a tail and one of them doesn't. Okay, so the one with the tail, I named him Mahoe, little boy. Okay, that's Hawaiian again. The brother's name is Liko, which means bud. You know, like little bud on a tree that hasn't come out with the full limbs yet because he's only got the little nub of a tail. So I call him Liko. Liko and Mahoe, but I call Mahoe Ho Ho, and I call Liko Pico. I don't know why. Yeah, we all end up with our
Roscoe
names.
Pico train.
Yeah,
Hello,
well,
Chucksy.
I make up my
Hello,
own words to
Chuck
songs too.
Yeah, me too. That's part of the fun of life, I think. I
Hey,
got a cat. She looks like an upside down frosted honey bun, and so her name is Honey Bun, which hindsight being what it is, might not have been the best name because Jeff and I have had to completely we used to honey each other all the time, and now it's Babe because when we were honeying each other, the cat kept coming and walking between our legs.
I bet our children are glad that we didn't name them like we do our pets.
Well,
I don't care to have no man in my life besides my creator.
That's right. I have a man in my life, but I still have my creator. My
well,
daughter.
mine, after two and a half years, decided to leave and didn't tell me till the night before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
and then he had done some work, and he told me, the friend that he worked with, to give me the money he got out of it. But the guy won't give me the money because he says he has to talk to him and he won't answer the phone. But I'm okay. God's got me.
Well, okay. I'm gonna remind you of something of that statement right there, Crystal, because you said God's got you. Okay, I want you to think back on an issue of one of the storytellers. You know, we sometimes say, okay, I'm all set. I don't need this. I don't need that. God's got me. Well, that's what Jonah said too. Okay, you know, he didn't listen to the things that the creator was trying to bring him, you know, and it took a little while for the creator to get Jonah's attention. So you can say you might not need a man in your life, but creator, if he's got one waiting for you out there someplace, you ain't going to be able to resist too long.
Well, if he sends me one, Pappy, that's okay. But I prayed because I know I don't know how y'all feel about, because y'all say, well, sorry, I just went on a ramble, but I prayed to God because I wanted to live right.
Yeah.
And I didn't want us not to be married, and I really didn't want to get married again. So I asked God, if you want him out of my life, let him stay. If you want him out of my life, let him go.
Yeah. That's keeping yourself flexible. Yep. That's keeping yourself marketable, if you will, in creator's eyes. He can do something with that. It's when we become hard like a rock and immobile in our beliefs and our and planting ourselves firmly in our stubbornness that it's difficult for, you know, the creator to work with that, you know, because he's given us that free choice, you know, and sometimes making no choice is a choice unto itself. But you know, it's better to be flexible, you know, so that you can be worked with. You're pliable, you know, you're not gullible, but you're pliable. You're moldable into the new creation that you're supposed to be.
Well, I was still married, and I hadn't got a divorce from my second one because I can't find out where he's at. But yeah. I just knew that was sin, and I wanted to give myself over to the Lord completely. So I asked him to take things out of my life that didn't need to be in my life.
Well, one of the things that that I always bring up on people, the marriage license and the rules and that sort of stuff as to what's legal for unions and these sort of things are very similar to the rules and regulations. Do this, don't do that if you're going to go out there and hunt because you need to eat, and but in the eyes of the Creator, if a person comes together with another person and they're supposed to be together, that union is going to be accepted. It's only the acceptance of those around us that takes on significance because of the world that we live in. When it comes to filling out the union certificate or the marriage certificate or the marriage license or the permission slip of our heart, there's nothing in writing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in a case like that, yeah, I know we have to give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, but you give unto spirit that which is spirit, and then you can actually live in comfort with the both. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Well, see, my family told me, especially after me and him broke up, that he dragged me down, and he really did. I could tell it. They could tell it. I felt more after he left, thinking about that too. But he was a lot younger than me, and when we got together, I was scared that was going to make me look bad. And I thought, well, just because he's a lot younger than me, that it'd be okay. And then I started seeing, since I'm old, he wanted to be out running around, and I didn't. I did all my running around when I was younger.
Isn't it amazing how our conversations always answer the questions? And I say that not in a light way, but Crystal, the stuff that you're talking about is a lot of the type of message that I've been receiving, that now is the time for us to bring up those past hurts or pains or criticizing of ourselves, and forgive ourselves, forgive people that may or may not have hurt us, or how we feel we were harmed or anything like that, and to deal with those issues and to be able to move on, to move up in a vibrational level. And we can't do that until we are willing to absolutely let go. Because we as human beings, our ego wants us to hold on to those, because our ego enjoys those feelings a lot of times. And so the ego likes to rehash and relive lots of different painful moments. And as you're going to find some things that happen to you personally as you work through some of your past pains and work through the process of forgiving those and forgiving yourself, right, as well, because that really is truly very important. But forgive yourself. You're going to find a lot of things in your energy change, and you're going to find a lot of those anxieties that you have. They may not go away entirely, but they will lessen, because the more whole you become, WHOL, the less holes you have.
Well, you got to love yourself where you can love anybody else in the first place. And the forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for yourself.
Exactly.
Well,
but
everything
ahead,
that
Pat.
happens is a lesson, Everything that happens is a lesson. We have the lessons of energy attraction, energy progression, energy projection, those things we know are real. Okay. But we have people out there that feed off others' energies. We have people out there that unknowingly are not able to project a good, healthy energy, you know, and they'll feed off those energies. And that causes codependence problems, you know, where you've got these dysfunctional relationships. And when you put a prayer out to do something for the highest good, then the highest good will usually break those links in that chain, that codependency chain. Okay. But whenever you break a link in a chain like this, especially with relationships, especially with, you know, long-term family memberships and stuff like that, and people crossing on and stuff like that, that doesn't mean that it's not going to go without the sensations that occur, that entails, the pain, you know, the feeling of separation, of aloneness, the feelings of inadequacy, all these sort of things that are part of the human experience. Okay. But that is necessary in order to go through and accomplish what I call the shaman's death. The taking of something that was, tearing it completely down apart, and then putting it back together in another way. Okay, that has to occur. The death of something has to occur in order for the growth of something else to take place. So we look at these things that happen to us when we do our time travels into the past, and we pull these things up. It's important that we pull them up and allow them to tear down into their little pieces and look at them honestly, experience what you went through and the feelings and everything, and then put it back together in another way. And you can leave all those feelings and all that other stuff in the past now. They no longer have the same hold over you energetically as they did before. Okay, that's part of the transition that shows that you are aware of yourself, what you are capable of doing to keep yourself healthy, mentally, emotionally, physically, but most importantly, spiritually, because you were spirit first before you had these other things. And you will return to spirit last and not carry any of these things.
Pappy drops the mic. I love you, Pappy. You have a way with words that teaches better than most people, I think. And no, I'm not putting you up on a pedestal. I wouldn't want you to fall down and hurt your ankle. But I do love you and would gladly sit around a campfire beside you and just listen.
That's the problem. This new generation needs to sit down and listen to their elders. There's a lot of people that's got a lot of wisdom out there, but they're too busy to sit down and listen to anything.
Well, you know, Crystal, I was told the same thing when I was that young generation too.
Yeah.
And it took me, you know, I started learning as I got into my adult years that my elders were a lot smarter than I was giving them credit for when I was in my younger years. It's experience. It's experience that makes us remember what we were told before. It's pride that don't allow us to admit it.
I was just going to say they call them the trappings of the world for a reason.
But that we knew everything. So
because you can literally get trapped up in those things. Sorry, Monty, go ahead.
That's all I was saying.
Well, can you imagine if everyone was forced into a new style of wearing clothes that the area that your buttocks was in was cut out and left bare so that everybody could see your rear end. Okay. Now, that might be the great trend and everything, and everybody wants to do it. But wisdom tells me that when it's raining outside, I'm going to have a wet butt. When it's cold outside, it's probably going to be a blue butt. Okay. And when my butt's hanging out, somebody invariably either going to want to pinch it or kick it. So Bo agrees.
Yeah. I was just about to say that.
But it'd be easier to tell people to kiss it.
True.
Listen, you might have a turn the other cheek mentality, but that doesn't always include all four of those, right? Just because you have four cheeks on your body doesn't mean you have to utilize all four of those. I don't want nobody touching those cheeks, but the person I told could touch them.
I see what you did there.
Well, I didn't finish it. What I meant to finish was this, because Bo put his 2 cents in there. The moral of the story is, if you don't want your ass to show, don't hang it out there for everybody to see it.
Amen. I used to say all the time, when I die, I want to be buried upside down so everybody kiss my you-know-what bye.
Oh.
Bonnie, I see you unmuted. You got something, honey?
No, ma'am.
Well, if you use Native American way of thinking, okay, you know how we always put everything into directions and stuff, you can just say to people, look, I'm northbound and you can kiss my southbound goodbye. I'm going to go out and check the mail. I'll be back.
All right. Yeah, it's really been quite a day, hasn't it?
Yes.
I feel vitalized today. What's that?
Happy's in a silly mood.
Oh, yeah. That's a good thing, right?
Yes.
It's that high energy contagion from Dorinda. We love you. Look at her. You can just see the sparks coming off of her. Yeah. That's awesome, though. You got to hold on to that feeling as long as you can. But if you feel like you lose that feeling, go to your little quiet space, your looks within spot. Go right there and be like, okay, I remember the message. I've already received the transmission. Now I need to wait for it to happen and it's time. Right? Yep. I knew a long time ago that everything was going to be fine. And sometimes it's been very, very hard to hold on to my peace because we live in a very 3D world. We live in a very material world. Yeah. And sometimes it is. So, and sometimes I've got to go back and okay, I've already gotten the transmission that I know it's going to be fine. I can't let go of that. I can't forget that message. Right. Nope. So hold on to your message.
I feel a lot of positive energy in the air today.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said it in chat earlier. They just around the bend. And I thought, well, what an apropos phrase, right? Life's always just around the bend. It starts here, though. It starts right here, right now, every day. Every moment of every day, you make a conscious decision to accept good or to accept negative or to accept whatever. So thankfully, I got to talk to Bonnie before the show today. And she really, I know you don't even know it, but you really just raised my vibe so high because I can talk about a lot of things and I can talk about how we freely share our gifts between each other but I personally have always had a hard time receiving. And so I promised her that would be the thing that I worked on. And so today I tried to put myself in a receiving mode and I've sat here and I've listened to all you wonderful folks, and it has been really, really awesome. Oh, Robert says hi.
Hey, how you doing?
He knew you just walked in.
Of course you did.
Yep, the mind readers. Can't hide anything from them.
Intuitiveness, being in tune.
Yeah. Robert and Pappy are so in tune. And so are you, Heather. And so is Bonnie.
I don't always feel in tune.
But you
I mean-
portray that you are.
Only to what I want to be. I limit what goes in, if that makes any sense.
And we have to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because if you feed your mind garbage, then you're going to have garbage thoughts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to be. And I mean, right now, we all know that there's a rising of the tide. We all feel it. We all feel that energy lifting us up, lifting us onward. And so it really gets where you can be so carried away by the wave, right? That you get your head buried in the sand. So it's a very delicate balance to walk along the beach, along the shore there, and enjoy everything as it is.
Wait a little bit.
Right. And that's it's not necessarily that it's the garbage I'm limiting. If I were to watch everything I wanted to watch, I wouldn't get anything done, and I would be just sitting here just ugh. And so I pick my favorites or what might mean something to me, and pretty much stick with it.
See, you carefully consider what you feed yourself.
True.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, Bonnie. Yesterday, I think Robert read a nice card about a little galloping antelope, okay, that had a message for everybody. Seeing as how antelope is little cousin to the elk, that probably applies to you too. And you're at the point now where things need to be done. You're making decisions for things to be done. And little antelope just says, do it. Well, once you decide that you're going to do it, sometimes, and if you want to put me on screen, I'm going to show you this. Sometimes you'll be sent the tools to do it. You remember me talking about these?
Yes.
These are the ones headed your way, girly.
Oh, those are beautiful.
3 individual ones. Okay. I'll send the instructions with them too.
Thank you so much, Pappy.
That's
I had
awesome.
a peacock. I had peacock ones, but it burnt down in the fire I was in my house.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm getting out all my mailings and stuff tomorrow. So, is Anna still in the chat? I haven't seen her in a bit.
I haven't either.
Yeah, she was here earlier, I thought.
Yep.
She's
I
probably
seen her
making us all-
yesterday.
She's making us all fry bread. Good girl.
Camp cook.
Are y'all having better weather up north?
It's cold and clear here. I don't mind it.
It's raining here.
It's already 79 here, but we are going to get a little cold front for a couple of days. It'll be in the 50s or 60s.
Poor Camo, he's going to get hit. And some of you Canadian family up there,
Yeah,
I do implore y'all, go look at the weather. If you don't know where to go, you don't want to watch mainstream TV. Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube is a good weatherman, and he will show you all the maps and all the storm fronts coming in for the holidays.
Where you live, Bonnie?
Texas.
I live in Florida. It's been on the weekends. It's been cooling down pretty good.
Only on the weekends. Isn't that odd?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pappy, I'm going to be keeping your little state up in my thoughts so that you don't get bum rushed with a blizzard for the holiday.
no, I don't want that either, especially with the you learning what what my treatment regimen's going to be once I get started in it. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, and that's I'm gonna try to ask the winds to carry that onward fast and that way it doesn't settle over you.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, so if I have to shovel, that means I gotta take off my Crocs that I'm wearing now that's got the ventilation holes in them and put on the Crocs that don't, probably.
I like Dorinda's idea. Just get a flamethrower. It'll be so much easier.
For the amount
It's
of
only
snow
7
we get up
degrees here, Fahrenheit.
for the amount of snow Dorinda and I get up here, a flamethrower ain't going to work. We need to have a jet engine.
Well, Pappy, if I was close by, I would help you out.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
All you
Then I
good
wouldn't have
southern
any
folks,
exercise.
send some sunshine up to us northern folks.
Yeah.
There's no.
B-Dog asked a question there. What kind of healing are you talking about, B-Dog? Oh, I better let him in. He's crying. He must be cold.
Yeah, get that puppy.
Pretty overcasty right here in Kansas.
You're in Michigan, right, Monty?
He said Kansas.
Kansas, that's right, Kansas. Why did I think Michigan?
I have
And he
no
said
idea.
Kansas a million times.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Dorothy Gale.
What was that weatherman you said?
Ryan Hall Y'all. That's the name of his channel. RYAN. Here, I'll just type it in chat. HALL and then Y''ALL.
Yeah.
Ryan Hall Y'all.
That's the name of his channel.
Yeah, and he's just this weather guy who he does weather from home now,
He does
and
a really good job.
he explains the maps. He looks at several different maps, and so you get a really good view of what's going on and what's going to happen in certain areas and how the weather travels. So we actually, Raina gets to watch him with us a lot because that way she has a better understanding of how that stuff all works.
Right.
And even for you, Dorinda, he includes Canada because that's the way the stream goes. So he goes all the way up, and he'll
Right.
not
He doesn't
per
do
se
all of
the
Canada,
names
but-
of the cities or towns, but he'll say, up in here, look out, because it's going to be pushing down out of here, and you can get an idea for
We
yourself.
know when you get snow from Minnesota,
We know.
but you still pass it on to Ohio, so there's that.
Hey, Monty,
Yo,
having a computer's a lot better than having a phone, ain't it?
Yeah.
How's that working out
figured
for
it
you?
out.
We saw you had done a test.
it's doing pretty good.
Well, good.
What test? The long video I did?
Yeah, that 4-hour test,
Yeah, you
3-hour cruise.
I think it went like 8 hours, almost 8 hours.
Well, you got to make sure it works, right?
Well,
It
I
held
only
up.
planned to get
darn
up
it.
on there and do it like an hour. And then
You know
an
how
hour
that
turned
goes.
into 2 or 3, and then 2 or 3 turned into, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right. These were going to be like 10 and 15-minute videos. That was our whole show was going to be 10 and 15-minute videos. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Craig cracked me up on his little video he did yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Somebody-
I just saw that he was going to be an opera singer again.
Oh, it's funny.
Mhm.
It is.
Hey, Camo Caro, I want to drop a little piece of information that everybody that I've had for years that I thought was useless, but now it is not. Are you listening, Pappy? I know you're listening because you changed your icon. So I'm going to say it.
Okay, I'm
So-
hearing you.
Mr. Gates of the Bill variety once tried to patent the lemon. And do you know why? If you take a lemon and you pop that lemon in your freezer overnight and you pull that lemon out and you grate the rind of that lemon onto, like, say, a salad or something, and you eat it like that, it has been known to help fight and sometimes even, you know, the other bad word that you're not allowed to say live on YouTube land,
Answer?
cancer, as well as other irregularities in the body.
I believe they got a cure to all that. It just they don't make money off of it.
Bring your brand new pucker factor too.
Yes, but it's the way that certain citrus fruits alkalize the body that prohibit those things, like the malformed cells and things, from being able to stay in your body, and it helps your body like make a super army to beat off the invaders, so to speak. So
Just like
I
raw
believe there are
avocados.
more cures lost to us naturally than we'll probably ever know.
So we should have been happy when life was giving us lemons.
The,
We make lemonade.
Yep. Well, I've got grapefruit and lemons in my refrigerator, as a matter of fact. If that
Oh,
tells
are you making
anything.
quinine?
Good.
You know, so-
Boy, so much power packed in that little fruit in there. And it's
Yeah,
the color of
there's-
sunshine.
There's so many things that can be used as an adjunct to very different treatments, you know. And I think if you look at it holistically, and this is the way that I look at it, okay, and not put all of my faith in just one modality, then it allows things to come together in partnership. And that's the way that I look at it, because even though, you know, I'm going to be going through this treatment that I need to for my condition, and I'll be utilizing, you know, the established protocols and stuff that they have, you know, I've set the caveat through my spiritual prayers that the right doctors and the right thinking process and the right modalities and everything will come together with what I'm doing, okay, so that it has a good, you know, a good outcome, okay, or at least the outcome for my highest good, or the outcome for whatever Creator's will is. I'm willing to accept any of those. All right, I'm flexible enough to, you know, whip back and forth in the winds of change and stuff that comes in. So if you look at it that way, these things would not have even come into existence had they not had some worth. And like anything that we've learned, you know, if you use discernment when you utilize these things that are available out there, they can either be used for good or evil, or they can be abused. You know, some of the things which are healthy for us are not healthy in huge quantities. You know, other things that are healthy for us, for example, like oxygen, okay, when it's deprived continuously by a blockage that we're forced to wear is unhealthy. If you catch my meaning.
Yes.
Okay. So in that aspect, once again, we're looking for the balance point. Creators put a lot of things out there for availability. We make the choices of what we use. Okay, but you don't even know if they're going to work unless you try them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, Pappy, I think you're right, because you have to accept the different approaches in order to and also, Pappy, please check the private chat. Thank you, Monty.
Yeah. I didn't want to say them out loud because there's a reason why you can't say those out loud.
Right. But
Yeah.
you have to be open to whatever way it is that creator is going to make available to you. And because in doing so, you are saying this is part of your gift that I don't like. And you can't do that. You know, that's part of being a receiver, you know, being able to receive as well. Be open to knowing that, you know, I'm not saying it right. I know what I mean, but I'm just not getting it out right.
Well, what you're talking about is the same different pathways. There's multiple pathways. Okay, and they all have their own challenges and that sort of stuff. They all have their own thing. But you know, the goal that's set is what they have in common. Okay, and thank you, Monty, by what you put into the private chat, Sarah. So
Yep.
there's a lot of options that are available out there, and you know, a lot of pathways to get there. Lots of different schools of thought. You know, and a person that's their own pathfinder will investigate all of them, and put together and utilize what will work for them. You know, there's plant medicines out there that are quite good at dealing with certain issues, but their side effects are tough.
Yeah.
You know, and they can only, and, you know, they have limitations and everything. Well, it's the same way with some of these medical procedures. Yeah, but if I didn't have any confidence in the modalities, then I would probably come up and say, okay, but just, you know, surgery, you know, done and gone, you know.
Except that it doesn't ever seem to actually work that way. It does work that way, I suppose, for a few people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really important that we do stay open to multiple pathways. When you ask for a sign, don't ask for a specific one. Just ask that you understand what it is.
Yeah,
you know,
you'll get a Dorinda EBS.
Yeah.
That's right.
When I had a friend that had chest, she had to, you know, I looked those up for her then because she went through 3 or 4 bouts of the chemo and radiation.
Yeah.
And so I looked up those, and they're all well, the last one, the 46 one, comes from a tree in Australia. Somewhat. And the other one, I think it's the all natural. I think it comes from raw almonds, I think, if I remember right.
Years ago, my father, he was in Turkey, and I think he was working in Germany at the time. Anyway, he got sick. He went to the doctor. Stage 4 lung cancer. You got a week to live. And they medevaced him to San Antonio. And he got in this little hospital, not one of the big ones, one of the little ones. And he's cancer free, retired in Florida, living the life.
Hey, Robert.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, big brother. You finally had enough coffee? Oh, you got bear around you today.
Got who?
I can smell bear energy on you today.
Hi, Robert.
Look this. I'm surrounded by woods. See? Look at, I got wood. I go woods to the left of me and woods to the right of me on this thing here. I've been listening to you guys.
Beauty all around you.
Right. And right here as well. Like Pappy says, I always pull wings. Okay. I pull the card for everybody. I don't know who it's for. I think it might be somebody in chat who needs it. Could be somebody on the panel who needs it. I pulled the butterfly card today. Heather, you want to show your picture, Bonnie's picture again?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay. I think it has meaning to it.
Okay.
It's all connected. You know that.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on.
Card for nothing.
Let me arrange here. Let me see how that.
I love it.
Oh, hold on. I've got my wires all crossed.
It's strange relearning the keyboard again.
I'm so sorry, you guys. All right, hold on. And
Hey, Liz.
all right. Go ahead, Robert. I think. Did I not do it right? I didn't do it right.
No, it's only a black screen, Heather.
Oh, man. Hold on a second, guys.
You want me to share one to you? Well, they would be in your text, Bonnie.
Hello, Miss Griswold.
Hello, Liz.
Hi, Liz.
There you go.
Bring it down just a little bit. There you go. Butterfly that flutters in the morning light. You have known many forms before you ever took flight. The power of butterfly brings to us akin to the air. It is the mind and the ability to know the mind or to change it. It is the art of transformation. To use butterfly medicine, you must astutely observe your position in the cycle of self-transformation. Like butterfly, you are always certain station in your life activities. You may be at the egg stage, which is the beginning of all things. This is the stage at which an idea is born, but has not yet become a reality. The larva stage is the point at which you decide to create the idea in the physical world. The cocoon stage involves going within, doing or developing your project, idea, or aspect of personality. The final stage of transformation is leaving of the chrysalis and birth. The last step involves sharing the colors and the joy of your creation with the world. If you look closely at what butterfly is trying to teach you, you will realize that it is the never-ending cycle of self-transformation. The way to discern where you are in the cycle is to ask yourself, is this the egg stage? Is it just a thought or an idea? Is this the larva stage? Do I need to make a decision? Is this the cocoon stage? Am I developing and doing something to make my idea a reality? Number 4, is this the birth stage? Am I sharing my completed idea? By asking yourselves these questions, you will discover how butterfly is relating to you at this moment. When you understand where you are, the symbol can teach you what to do next to continue in the cycle of self-transformation. If you have found the position through which you are cycling, you will see the creativity of butterfly. Using the air or mental powers of this medicine is done with ease. As an example, if you have been feeling exhausted and have asked yourself how to heal your fatigue, take notice of the colors that you have been drawn to recently. Does your body feel better in green? This could mean that you need to eat more green vegetables. This type of thinking is an inspiration from butterfly medicine. Butterfly can give clarity to your mental process, help you organize the project you are undertaking, and assist you in finding the next step for your personal life or career. The main message is to be obtained by drawing the symbol is that you are ready to undergo some type of transformation. To discern your next move is to use butterfly spread, which I haven't done in a while. There you go.
That was beautiful.
That was awesome. Thank you. And thank you guys in chat for your compliments. I appreciate that.
Hello, Anna.
Bonnie was my total inspiration. Bonnie was my muse this time round.
I think the butterflies flying around is the group at all times.
Wow.
Well, we know who it's for. Listen where the wind is coming from.
Sorry.
Oh no, honey, that's a compliment.
No, we're
to
not
you.
saying you're
In your
breaking
wings.
wind.
Hey, Pappy.
Yeah.
Don't, if you see butterflies too, that means there's going to be a change in your life.
Butterfly is a great sign of metamorphosis. Oh yeah.
To find out what stage you're in. Are you having an idea? Or are you bringing it into physical reality? It's up to you.
There's Anna. She's back.
I kind of feel like that supports the entire group.
Right.
Especially with the time that we're in, right? I mean, wow, Robert, you really are so connected with those cards. It's really amazing to me. That's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for always being willing to share that with us, because you know, it's Happy said something about it the other day about when you meet people, you know, about how you see people, how you perceive people. You know, look at the energy of that person rather than the shell of that person. The shell, it's just a vehicle, it's just a vessel. You don't critique the vase that brings you the water that will sustain your life. Right? You're not going to look at the pot of water when you're dying of thirst in the desert. You're going to be thankful for that water, for the beauty of that water, for the life-giving sustenance, right? So, I don't know. I feel like that ties into this, Robert, really strongly. I feel it. I just, ooh.
Thank you. I like reading for you guys. This is a good group.
Heather, are you talking about looking within instead of what's holding it?
Yes, seeing beyond the cover of the book to the content of its pages. Seeing like when Robert got up here today, like because I'm so close to so many of you, a lot of times I can perceive different energy changes with you. And I know it's the same with you guys. If I get up here and I'm not quite right, or I'm upset or something, I know you guys know. I know you feel it, you sense it, you see it. And if you were just some rando person out there and we hadn't connected, you may not see that. Right? But because we all know each other and we're so connected, we can see that. Like Dorinda, we all saw you light up, girl. You, the best Christmas tree that I've seen this year so far.
I'm
so
still
when we can do that with each other, and it's becoming more and more comfortable for everyone in the group. I can feel that, like, you know, that our comfort levels with each other allow us to be able to say, hey, I see you. I see you. Not, you know, what all this other stuff is, but I see you. And so Liz, you are all right. Don't take this the wrong way, but you have this mama bear, mother hen feel. It's very warm and giving and also terrifying. Don't mess with my cubs, right? And you can tell that this woman loves deeply, cares deeply, and will protect to the death anyone that she loves and cares about. You can tell that about her upon meeting her. And it's wonderful. I love meeting people like that. But that's its own kind of medicine, you know, because what it offers people that you meet is a safe harbor when they feel they're in a storm. And you never know when people are, oh, I love you too. I do. I really, truly do, hon. It offers people a safe, comfortable place. And I bet, Liz, that you find that people tell you things that you'd have never thought of, and they are just completely comfortable with coming up and just talking to you and telling you just about anything. And I think that's just part of your energy, because you are a safe harbor, guardian spirit type of person. But like Robert got up here today, and I could tell his energy was just a little bit different. He had kind of a He almost had the bear with the footprint on his butt, but it was more like ruffled hair waking up from hibernation kind of bear feel, you know, not real prickly, but definitely like, I need coffee. Which is what my bear does in the morning.
Hey, I since you said that, I reopened the book to Butterfly. It answers Crystal's and question. I think card came up straight, right?
Yeah.
But I think the answer to Crystal's question is the contrary. So if I pulled the card upside down, this might pertain to Crystal. If you have drawn Butterfly reversed, your lesson is a simple one. There's a need for change in your life that you are not recognizing. This could possibly be need for freedom, for a vacation, or for a new job. You may believe that the change is too difficult, and you may rule it out to preserve the comfort of old habits. But in ruling out any possibilities of change, you are saying that the courage of Butterfly has been lost. Why does Butterfly represent courage? Because there is a total different world outside the cocoon, where the known realities of the chrysalis are no longer applicable. This new world demands that you use your newfound wings and fly.
You know, Robert, that fits right into where I am right now in my life, because I was talking to them about the change I was having with my ex leaving.
Yep. That's for you. Yeah. That's for you.
Thank you, Robert.
That's interesting.
And Vicky Ross had a question for Pappy. And I think you had it up, Heather.
Yeah. I see a lot of changes in all of us. Look at Monty. We're seeing Monty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. I remember when he didn't want to pray, and now he's just awesome.
Yep.
I saw him on Hawks. You were awesome.
How come everybody's just now saying they're seeing me? I've showed my face before.
Just your face, just parts.
Because, Monty, there for a long time when you would get up, you didn't show your face in a lot of places that people did see you, but you showed your face in a lot of places that people weren't yet watching.
I think what they mean, Monty, and I know you know what they mean when they say we're getting to see you, okay, is that thing, I see you. The true you is coming out, not the face not the body, not the avatars, none of that. Okay? That's the recognition. And you're here because you also see us.
Yep.
What a
And
blessing this is.
I'm going to address your question in a second here, Vicki.
Yeah, I think he's got headphones on, Liz.
Who?
You, Monty, you got headphones on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I got to remember that it's opposite. How come you can't flip the camera to where?
I know,
This
isn't
is
it
my
weird?
This is my left hand. Hi, Liz. I waved a while ago, and it looked like I was doing the tomahawk chop.
Oh, Liz, LHS says that they're Monty's Mickey Mouse ears.
MICKEYMOUSE. Mickey Mouse.
Oh, nothing to do with no Disney.
I hear you.
Crystal's right on top of that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's crazy, but when I was a teenager, I knew this. I know we don't get into this subject much on this channel, but I knew the government was crooked. I had not watched no news, no nothing.
I knew that at a very young age myself. And I came to terms with it probably about by the age of 9, because I had an uncle that served in Vietnam. My dad was in the Navy at the end of Nam. My uncle had Agent Orange and quite a few symptoms to go along with it. And I had a lot of exposure to a lot of vets growing up. And I learned a very, very long time ago that I could love our military and love our veterans for the job that they did for us and not love the government who sent them there.
What I don't understand is it kind of ticks me off. These men left their family to go out there and fight for people they didn't even know too. They do not get the respect that they need. If anybody needs to come first like that, I think it is our vets.
I'm going for a shower after this.
We definitely all agree on that.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going out after. So
I guess I was blind when I was a
We
kid.
can be grateful and thankful for the men and women that have served our country and every country around the world, because what they did was serve their nation, their people, right? They served their people, not their government. They were turned into a tool for government. And that's, I think, my opinion, where it all went bad. But we have to recognize to honor the people willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the people. Even though they were fighting some other man's war that had nothing to do with them, right? So, when you can separate, and I wish more people did this, when you can separate their sacrifice from the whole government complex, I think you get a better picture of what a warrior really is somebody willing to sacrifice for the betterment of the people. Had nothing at all to do with the corrupt.
My son and nephew was in the military. They were in the army.
But isn't that what we're all doing at this time?
Yeah.
It's a time of reflection and learning from that which was, applying it to what is,
Anna Marie, that is beautifully said. The metamorphosis of strength and ability to communicate with passion and conviction has become apparent in so many of us because of these little channels and communities support.
So true. So
Absolutely true.
Yes.
Love you, Anna.
When I was
I
a
love
kid,
that we have these chats like this because we're around like-minded people and we're not being put down and everything for our beliefs.
Right.
Not here.
Well, one of the things that everybody is talking about is how the system of energy transfer seems to work. As above, so below. We know that sometimes we want to put together a working model of something. We have to have individual parts come in to be there. And then the power source has to be switched on so that the purpose of the thing being built can be fulfilled with the energy flowing through it. And these small groups coming together like that are the parts of the machine that Creator is putting together. When we allow the switch to be turned on and the power to go through it, that's when profound things can happen. They can't be happen individually. If we're just a little resistor sitting out there, we may have a limited capacity, but when we are put in series with somebody else in this other machine and the energy put through it, 1 + 1 equals another brand new one for a purpose. Okay. So what Anna said is actually, we can see that in the evidence of what's transpiring. We're all part of that. And that can make everyone feel good about not having to be the machine, but be part of the machine. And I'm not talking about in the sense of becoming part of the Borg, because the higher purpose is always about healing and transformation, So, yeah, that was quite an astute observation that she has. Anna can see quite well. She has a down-to-earth capability of understanding how this whole energy system works. Thank you, Anna.
That's yes, indeed. And I always call her Dragonfly. Some of the best messages have come through her.
Well, I don't want to neglect Vicky's question either, okay? Because somebody else in here in our panel and chat has been thinking about the question that she asked as well, and they have some input into this. But to answer Vicky's question, she says, what does it mean when my mother from the other side tells my grown daughter in a dream, someone moved the clock? Okay, so the mother from the other side is conveying information from the spirit side to this side. That connection of energy remains, through our families and that sort of stuff. Okay. Someone moved the clock. Okay. Someone moved the clock is indicating to me, and I want other people's input in this because we're going to be filling in the gaps here individually as pieces on this. Moving the clock to me indicates that there is a time frame that's being talked about. So I would ask questions. Is your daughter facing a decision? Is there a time frame on a decision? Okay. Has that time frame changed because of circumstances or by other people's intent? Okay. Maybe this is just a warning that it's about to be changed, because in the spirit world, there is no time and distance. Okay. Do we have some other input into that? Anyone else feel anything on that?
Yeah, actually. Somebody moved the clock to me. See, first thing I'll say is dream, how the person who had the dream felt in the dream. matters. Okay. That matters, I think, most of all as far as interpretation goes, the feelings of the dream. So, but the clock has moved. I would agree with Pappy that maybe a goalpost, a time frame was set, whether in her mind by her or for some other reason. And or it was simply them letting us know that the clock has actually been moved. That time is what you make it. Time is an illusion, right? We all live by these scheduled little hours and days and whatnot. And while it is a nice way to keep track of things, it is illusionary because life is actually cyclic, not linear. That's my thoughts. Anybody else?
Yeah, it's like Pappy told us before. She has a go-between. Simple. Pappy taught us that already. Just keep your eyes open, and she'll know. The message will come to her.
Yep. Stay positive.
Right. Keep your eyes open.
Shine.
Yep.
That's all you can. That's just what you have to do is stay positive, shine, and be receptive to positive things. Shoo away the negative crap and stay in the positive. Is what I try to do anyway. Yes,
Bonnie,
Anna.
do you have something to add?
Yeah, I was waiting to make sure because every time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to butt in there.
No, you're good. I was waiting for everyone else's thoughts. To me, it would be what that meant to her personally, as like in my situation. I swore I would never go back to the place I grew up, and because of circumstances, now I'm having to make that move, and it's a big. It goes right along with that spiritual battle as much as the physical. It's a big move for me. So I would wonder what is actually going on in her life that clock may have been moved. I don't think of it as a.
Ooh, I hadn't thought about it from the time traveler angle.
Wow.
Anybody else?
Let's go back and reread it.
I think you'll find that something like that has a different meaning for each and every person.
Yeah.
But what it meant to the messenger may be the answer that you're looking for. So either Sir Lix-a-Lot's trying to give us his opinion, or Pappy stepped away a moment.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe she needs to see the clock. Maybe. And Vicky, I've heard of stuff like that happening before as well.
Yeah.
My husband, there was a telephone, I guess, in their family. Their dad had an old, very old, telephone, and it somehow came up missing after his father passed. And it was like all of a sudden when him or his brother had a dream about it and they went looking for it.
Well, I saw Vicky's last comment, okay, that her daughter was actually asking her who had the grandmother's clock. And that may be the you know, I have found through experience in watching families that if there are certain capabilities within a family, it will sometimes skip a generation and show up in the grandchildren. So perhaps the grandmother wishes to pass something along to the grandchild in that, you know, in that light of thinking, okay? And in this case, the grandmother's clock would, you know, would perhaps be the go-between for that to happen. I don't know. Okay, but that's an interesting thing. It just reminded me that sometimes these capabilities, these abilities, these gifts that they're given will go every other generation, like it's going through a cycle. I don't know if anyone else has ever seen that, but I've seen that on more than one occasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
My sister she's empath too.
Yeah, it does seem to follow along those spiritual energy lines, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can meet somebody in about 10 minutes. Most of the time, I could size them up of feeling their energy around them if they're a good person, if I need to get away from this person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are awakening to that understanding about themselves, you know. They may not have put it together earlier in life about why they did things or why they were attracted to or repelled from, you know. Later on, they start putting the two together, and it's just something that they have, you know. And I think everybody has it developed to different degrees. But you know, let's go back to the butterfly for just a second, okay? Because one of the things about the butterfly, you know, when we watch the butterfly flying around and everything, you know, it doesn't seem that they're capable of moving the air at all. They're just moving through the air, swimming through the air, and the air doesn't move. But you know, really, a butterfly flapping its wings does have to move air. But it doesn't move much air because it doesn't need to, because its body is so light. But let's say that we've got a little small birthday candle burning next to a whole bunch of other birthday candles. Only that one candle is lit. The others are not lit. But butterfly comes in next to that candle and flaps its wings with just enough air to bend the flame over to touch the wick of the next candle. And it lights.
That's probably a good idea, Vicky. Sorry.
You know? And then the butterfly goes to the next candle and flaps its wings, bends it, and it next candle lights. So there's a lot of power in even the subtle things. Perhaps the fluttering of a butterfly's wings sends air enough in motion that it gathers more of that motion as it goes. It becomes a full-blown storm where it needs to do something. We don't know. But if you leave your spirit as light as a butterfly's wings, you know, even the most subtle things can have the most energy.
Very true. Now we're all just going to sit around and think about all this good conversation. What happened to Monty? Did he drop out or?
He probably dropped out for another live someplace.
Oh, well, true.
Usually another live will start right around this time or two.
Yeah,
Or three.
Jeff Riddles.
There's so many of them that are on live now.
Excellent, Vicky. Look, there are no mistakes in our lives, right? We look back on certain things, but I honestly believe that there are no mistakes in our lives. There may be areas where we would choose differently given another opportunity, but there are no mistakes. Life is full of synchronicities if we choose to look for them. And even in the most harrowing of times, the lessons may be the most beautiful ones of all.
Well, my path might not be your path, and your path might not be my path, and we might go down it a different way, but it's still the same path.
Same different path.
Don't we know that to be the truth?
Yes.
You know, I'm of the conviction that nobody's path is anybody else's path.
Right.
If I start walking on your path, that means I have to follow your rules and your regulations to walk on your path. Okay? No, you don't have to do that.
No.
Creator didn't ask you and didn't ask anybody else to put that piece of spirit within me. Okay? He didn't ask me to put that piece of spirit within you. Okay? He chose those pathways. So I'm not going to make any judgment on those at all.
Nope.
Because we were equally important to be chosen in the first place.
There were times I wish I didn't have mountain climbing areas, but the view from the top is unbelievable. Right? The view from the valley is just as breathtaking. So no matter where you are on your path, learn to enjoy the view.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing I found about mountains and valleys, okay, in the valleys you're going to travel through more shadows. Okay, but you've always got something to look up to. And when you get to the mountains and you think you've reached the highest pinnacle, then you look up and you see the sky.
So true, Anna.
Yeah, it's everybody says stop and smell the roses. And I think maybe they overlook all the other wonderful things. So don't overlook the other wonderful things.
Yeah.
Count those spots on those ladybugs when you come across them. And know you've been blessed.
All of creation's a blessing.
What did I hear one time? Even the drop on the leaf, the water drop on the leaf.
Yep. And if we all stand together, someday we'll be the rushing water underneath the plant. Sorry, that was kind of stupid, but whatever.
Well,
You know,
like all things,
the way I was
right?
thinking it.
Think about this. I want you guys to think about this. We need the earth to grow our food. No matter what food you eat, whether it's only plants or plants and animals or only animals, it doesn't matter. The earth is necessary for the food to feed you.
Yep.
Right? Earth can be both creative then and also destructive.
Well, you
Right?
gotta
Landslides, mudslides, the wind. You need the wind to move stagnant air. You need the wind to move storms beyond you know, to water other fertile plains waiting for it. But the wind can also be a tornado. It can be creative and destructive. Water, both creative and destructive. Fire, both creative and destructive.
Yeah.
So I think I believe spirit is one of the sacred elements as well. In my world, spirit exists as the fifth element. And for me, knowing that each element has both the creative and destructive ability puts it more prevalent about the choices that we make to be creative or destructive with our words, with our actions, with our emotions, all of it. And so for me, that is the part that keeps me in the conscious way of trying to be my best self every day. And I don't always succeed with that. I'm not always a better person today than I was yesterday. I'm a human as well, so I also forgive myself when I have days where I'm not. But I strive always to try to be a more loving person, a more understanding person. Trying to do better than I did the day before, even if the lesson's different, because it should be, right? Every day, or else you're just going to be in Groundhog Day perpetually.
Well, you need to also be cognizant of the fact that spiritual energy is neither good nor bad. It's spiritual energy. It's spiritual energy that has been sent for a purpose with an intent. It is received in its manner, and it is returned and sent out by intent. If it's received in a negative manner, that's what spirit energy will give you. If it's sent in a negative manner, that's the spirit energy you in turn are sending out. And you're also sending the message that that's a spiritual energy that you're comfortable with acting on. And it will feed you more of that. So the spirit energy itself is neither good nor bad. Electricity is neither good nor bad.
It's how it's used.
Heat is neither good nor bad. Cold is neither good nor bad. It's both in how it's used.
Well, you got to be like a tree. You got to be grounded in the roots, because if you don't have the roots, you're not going to grow. And to me, when you're grounded, you can look at things in different ways and different understandings.
Bye, daughter. Have a good day.
Oh, well then. See, the clock has moved. Wonderful, Vicky.
That's
Awesome.
cool. See, you're the go-between. There you go. See?
Pappy, that's a really good point. And when I talk about that all the elements have the potential for, I guess I didn't really state that, they are what they are, and it's how they're used, whether they're creative or destructive. But they exist.
Creativity. Heather,
Yes.
co-creativity. That's the key. That's the gift that Creator gave us.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a powerful gift. But it can get us in trouble.
I love how Vicky, she took that message, she ran with it. And look at the results. That's great. That was just amazing.
Vicky applied antelope medicine. Do something.
Yep, just do it. She did it. That's a perfect example of the go-between.
Yep.
Can't explain that. You've just seen it.
That's awesome. Well, But I would like to offer all of you some final thoughts. So why don't we'll start with Crystal and then go down Bonnie, Dorinda, Robert, Pappy, and then me, and we'll call it because I gotta get some dinner on.
It's lunchtime.
Right.
Go ahead, Crystal. What's your final thought, hon?
My final thought is I love y'all. And remember, every one of us has got a piece of the puzzle. We just got to learn to put it together.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Go ahead, Bonnie.
Crystal, I'm glad you've joined us.
Really.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Is that all you're gonna say, Bonnie? I'm waiting here.
That's her final thought.
I'm just thankful for all of y'all, and it was a very interesting show today, and I love the analogies. And Anna, this is why we talked on the phone for 2 hours, because she does see with those green eyes. Just have a blessed day. Let's make the most of it.
Yes, Vicky. I agree with you.
Yes, and that is very true.
The ancestors are
My
always there.
final thought is stay positive, let your light shine, and always love everything, anything. Just put that love out there. And yes, I'm glad Crystal joined us too.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Robert.
Well, as you can see, some people receive the message and some don't. Like Pappy taught us, everything happens in time. So if you hear a message, see a message, let it soak in. Have a blessed day, everybody.
Thank you, Robert.
brother. Happy?
As the cycle progresses through all things, whether it's our gatherings together or going day to day in our own lives, or seasons going into one season and into another, the night turning into the day, the cycle of birth to death, those are cycles. And we get to observe those. We get to observe those because we are self-aware. We are self-aware because we've been given that gift to be self-aware. We've been given that gift to be self-aware because each of us is a go-between, not only the heaven and the earth, the spirit and the material, but between each other, between all of our surroundings. We're all related. We always have been. We always will be. Neither positive nor negative, but according to our intent and according to our actions.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And my final thought for today is one I've shared many times with you, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. So I'm going to say it to all of you from the bottom of my heart, from the depth of my spirit. I thank the Divine Creator for each and every one of you. I love and appreciate you. And I'm so happy you are part of my life.
Love you, Heather.
I see you.
Love you guys.
Love you all.
I love you all.
Love you
See
guys.
you tomorrow.
Love and light.
See you, Bonnie.
Tonight.
Yeah. Dorinda.
So I'm out of
See
here.
you, Bonnie's sleeping.
Here.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Beautiful.
Good, Pappy.